You're listening to the Legal Education, Not Advice podcast hosted by me, Dr. Anelia Sutton. Let's get into it.
Most people walk into court feeling powerless, not because they're guilty, but because they don't know the rules of the game. The Law Revolution book changes that. With over 10,000 hours of legal research condensed into a 64-page field manual for everyday people, it's like having 4 years of law school in the palm of your hands. No fluff, no legalese, just straight power you can use right away. If you want to learn how to fight back, this book is for you. It's available on aneliasutton.com/easy.
You're listening to the Legal Education Not Advice podcast powered by Mission Possible University, where you'll learn your rights and the law the right way, simple, strategic, and life-changing. Learn more by visiting missionpossibleuniversity.com.
Today's episode is all about overcoming court bias. So you already know it is a shocking secret judges do not want you to figure out. And once you do, you'll understand exactly why so many people feel unheard, dismissed, or downright railroaded in court, right? All right, here's the secret. Judges are not the law. They only review the law. Okay. And if they fail to apply the law impartially, they violated the law and your rights. Most people walk into court thinking the judge has unlimited power. And not true. That is the biggest misconception in the entire justice system. Okay. Let's get into what this really means and how to protect yourself from court bias. Number one. Judges are not the legal authority. Judges don't make the law, judges interpret the law. And every interpretation they make must align with the court rules, controlling appellate opinion, statutes, and all of the things, right? If they step outside of those boundaries, they're not being, quote unquote, tough. They're violating procedure. So don't walk into a courtroom talking about opinions or emotions. The only opinion that counts is the written opinion of a higher court. That's why citing controlling law is one of the strongest moves you can make. Okay, number two. Their biggest fear is being overturned, right? Judges hate having their decisions overturned on appeal. It's embarrassing. It follows them, and it shows up on their internal performance evaluations. So threats and yelling don't move a judge, but demonstrating that you know the law absolutely does. Because they know that there's a real chance you'll appeal and win. What's the takeaway? You don't have to argue with a judge. You just have to make the record. So say this clearly and calmly, right? For the record, I move for dismissal due to the loss of confidence in receiving an impartial hearing. That's it. You just position yourself for a winning appeal. Number three, your first right in court. What is your first right in court? It's equal access to justice. The justice system hides this one because it puts power back into your hands. Your first right in court will always be, forever and ever, is equal access to justice. Not equal feelings, not equal energy. No, equal legal and lawful access to justice, right? What that means is knowing your rights, knowing how to enforce those rights, and holding the judge and the opposing side accountable to the law, okay? Judges only overpower people who don't know the rules. Once you know them, everything changes. The takeaway, equal access is not just a slogan. It's a legal and lawful requirement. And when you enforce it, you become very hard to target or to railroad. Okay, so let's recap. Let's recap the entire lesson. Okay, Number one, judges are not the legal authority. They must follow statutes, rules, and appellate opinions, not personal preference. Number two, judges hate being overturned. When you show that you understand the law, and the entire courtroom begins to shift. Okay. Number three, your first right is equal access to justice. And enforcing that right is how you protect yourself from bias and unfair ruling. So the lesson here is simple. When you know the law, you are no longer an easy target. All right, it's time for law trivia. Today's law trivia question comes from the Law Revolution book. Question: what are the possible statuses of a legal case? A legal court case. A case in court. A, open or closed. B, resolved or unresolved. C, active or inactive. D, pending or dismissed. The correct answer is C, active or inactive. A case may feel chaotic or confusing, but in the eyes of the court, it's only one of the two things, active or inactive.
This episode of the Legal Education Not Advice podcast was powered by Mission Possible University, where you learn your rights and the law the right way. Simple, strategic, and life-changing. Learn more by visiting missionpossibleuniversity.com.
In every other nation, there's a need to fight corruption. And yes, you'll get the tools you need from the Law Revolution book and Mission Possible University. But in Phoenix, there's no corruption, so there's nothing to fight. Everything is free and every family is safe. This is the world we should be living in, and we're building it together. To learn more or contribute, visit phoenixmicronation.com.
All right, that's it for this episode. But let me leave you with this. Power loves preparation, and justice isn't quiet, it documents. Want to become unstoppable? Grab a copy of The Law Revolution at aneliasutton.com/easy. It is the playbook they pray you never read. Remember to follow, share, and tag a warrior who's ready to learn how to fight back and win. And stay connected at AneliaSutton.com. Yes, that is your new home base for anything and everything you heard in this episode. So if you have any questions, go to the home base. And that home base is AneliaSutton.com. All right? All right. See you in the next episode.